Welcome, Love Light Lifers. Nattie here, your vibrational coach, and today we're talking about your path. Is it lining up for you? Do you know which way you're going? Are you a little confused, not knowing? We're going to find out how you can know your path to your destiny right now. How to know your pathway to your destiny, how to get it to light up for you. First of all, let's talk about destiny, because do you even believe in destiny? Destiny is a word that we use all of the time when we are usually insinuating that there is a destination in which you are supposed to go. And depending on how you define that, you may or may not believe in destiny or fate or any of those sort of concepts. However, today I want to redefine that idea. The idea of destiny being the highest path for you to take towards your greatest happiness, to your greatest dreams and desires. Because the truth of the matter is, no matter how much information that you get on what you like and what you don't like and where you'd like to go and who you'd like to go there with, that destiny can look very, very different to what you have envisioned. And being able to trust that that destiny is in fact the way that you're meant to go can be hard, because it may look nothing like what you had originally thought that it would. It's hard because as we're throwing these little pieces of what we want and how we want it into, let's call it our soup cauldron. We've got a massive big pot on the stove and we're making soup. And every time we have a desire, things get thrown into the soup. Here's the thing though, if you don't realize you're throwing things into the soup, that's going to surprise you when you taste the soup, isn't it? Not to mention that when you throw things into the soup, sometimes they sort of mesh together and they start to taste differently because of the fact that they're in a soup together. But the ultimate idea is that when we throw these things into the soup, they become our ultimate soup. It doesn't kind of really work that way when we're talking about real soup, but it's good enough of an analogy for you to get what I'm saying, because the point I'm making is that the soup that is what is left when we've put all of our stuff in it. I mean, we're never going to stop putting stuff in it till the day we die, but that soup that we keep putting different foods that we like in there is our destiny. And the best thing about our vibrational version of this, where we decide what we like and what we don't like and all that sort of stuff, is that it's actually very specific to us. It's not just what we like and when we like it, but how we like it and what we like it with. It's like, yeah, I like this on a Monday, but not on a Friday, that sort of thing. All of that sort of gets meshed together. It's the kind of thing that the human mind is not really geared towards producing. However, when it shows up for us, we might get a little bit apprehensive because we're not sure if this is exactly what we ordered. Sometimes we have to go towards it because it feels like the way to go rather than it looks like the way to go. Sometimes it doesn't look like the way to go. Sometimes it doesn't sound like the way to go. But something inside us tells us it feels like the way to go. And that can be a very hard thing to describe to people who are outside of you and are looking at you and saying, why are you doing the things that you are doing? And you are meant to turn around to them and go, because I feel that this is the right way to go. And then they go, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Hippy Dippy, go off on your love fest, go do this crazy stuff. And when it falls apart, don't come running to me. Because the thing is, sometimes we need a wake-up session or two. Sometimes we need to make a few mistakes so that we can adjust what's in that pot, what's in that soup. But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point isn't that our soup should always taste the same. In fact, it will never taste the same from one moment to the next. But as this destiny comes towards us, as we feel the pull towards that, it can change and it will, but the pull towards our greatest desires is never going to stop. And when you follow that pull, you will come across some of these amazing things that seem like those things you may or may not have prayed for, those things that you may or may not have asked for, those things that you didn't even know you asked for until you saw it in front of you and you looked at it and you went, oh my gosh, that could not have been any more perfect. I didn't know that it could be that good. And that's an amazing feeling. But that is part of what I'm going to define for us today in this conversation as destiny, because that's our destination. That's our highest destination. That's our calling. When we want to talk about our calling, our life path, our destiny and our fate and all of those sort of things that make us feel really important in the universe, they're what we are creating on a day-to-day basis. We're doing all of the boring stuff of going, I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that, I like this, I don't like that. But at some point, we've got to stop saying that and start going, well, where is the pathway? Where's the light, the pathway? Where is the pathway to these things that I've said that I like or I don't like? Because whilst you're deciding what you like and what you don't like, you are in a projective energy, a masculine energy, an energy that says, this is what I want, this is the thought, and I am projecting it outwards. However, your destiny, or the place where you are wanting to be called to, that place, that homely place, that place that is designed for you, that is a receptive feeling. That's a feminine energy. That is, I need to stop and listen. I need to stop and listen to where I'm being called to. I have to stop and feel for it. I have to receive that. We've got to do both. We've got to say, hey, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it, and this is what I'm going to try, and this is, I'm going to burst forth with energy and excitement. But then at times we also need to stop, and we have to have faith, and we have to receive, and we have to listen, and we have to nurture rather than push. We need to relax. We need to stop trying and forcing, and we need to start flowing. And that's the difference between those particular states of being that is very, very important in having that light up for you. It's knowing that every day you're going to have moments where you chuck some other preference into your soup, but you'll never taste the soup if you don't stop putting stuff in for a minute and actually taste the soup. What's the use of making the soup if you never taste it? So sometimes you've got to stop and just let it be. Let the soup be. Just taste it. Have it how it is. If you decide that there's something you don't like about it, you will change it. It will happen inevitably. But our life path is not something that someone else put us on. It's not something that you designed before you came here and went, okay, this is what I have agreed to. It is your constant creation. It is what you are doing here. You are in the midst of creating yourself right now and going towards who that is and what that looks like will feel amazing. You won't be able to mistake it. It will feel amazing. It will feel like your path. It will feel like you. So that's finding your path, getting it to light up for you. Thanks for being here with me. If you like